at least prevent the direct this one before.
That's
aside that,
important.
God is good. We have
All the
life.
time, all
we
the
have
time.
seen another working year. We may be asking ourselves whether the conditions are good or bad, whether we are enjoying what we are doing, whether there's room for improvement. All those are questions that we need to ask ourselves as individual workers, if you like. And to be sure that, wherever you are, whichever corner you are happy there. And by happiness, it's not just about how many figures you are receiving in a month.
Then it's about what?
Whether even the job itself, you are enjoying it. There's something called intrinsic job satisfaction. You may be receiving a lot of money, but the work environment is so toxic that it doesn't allow you to express yourself.
Right.
Or it is so okay, I'll ignore you. Or
Ignoring who?
Phil. When I said it's so toxic, it doesn't allow you to grow, express yourself. His reaction to it, anyway, and that will affect motivation at work. Whether all you have in your work environment are people scheming to bring you down. Everywhere you turn, you have somebody setting a trap for you, amongst you, yourselves, your colleagues, with your bosses, with your subordinates, and all of those things. All those things go into whether people are happy on a particular job or not. And that also directly translates into productivity. There are a lot of things that bosses do, whether deliberately or unconsciously, which affects their teams. There are bosses who would openly show their likeness for one employee as against another. Bosses who would openly show their support for one employee as against another. Those are not healthy practices. Those are not good for team building and bonding. If the team always feels that this boss only hears one voice and every other voice in the team is rubbish, then that team is bound to fail. Because division will begin to rear its ugly head within the team. Or if you have a boss who, instead of always looking at the bigger picture or the larger picture, is interested in only picking on members of the team, whether particular members or random members. When I say particular members, that would mean targeted. You have a team and you put all your eyes on one person. Whatever comes from that person is bad. You look for the least opportunity to do that person in. You always set traps for the person to fail. What you don't realize is that the failure of that one individual, it's the failure of your leadership. It's another thing that team leaders usually don't observe. They think that I don't like this person. Let me sabotage the person. Let me get rid of the person. Let me frustrate the person. In trying to get rid of the person, frustrate the person, give the person a bad record, you are playing down on productivity of the person. And depending on the person's influence within the team, it can affect the rest of the team. It's another thing that team leaders usually don't realize. So all those go directly to job satisfaction. It's not about how many.
It's not always about money.
It's not always about money.
Right.
And this is not personal. It's not an individual thing. It is not a me thing. It is not a Mawina thing. It is an employee thing. And
so we're talking matters of employee morale and
employee morale.
And more often than not, when employee morale is mentioned, people tend to see it as financial.
In fact, we all have the tendency of reducing everything to financials.
It is very important.
No, it is very important.
Yes,
As I say right now, I want to say good morning to some people, but it's fine. We can continue.
Oh, who do you want to say good morning to again?
It's fine. No, don't draw me into this.
No, I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking.
Okay. Let me finish with what I was saying before I lose my thoughts.
You have lost it already. I've succeeded in making you lose it. So who was of interest to you that you wanted to say?
Good morning to all members of my family. I love you.
Oh.
So the team, as we see at every level, whether at the low level, the mid level, the managerial level, or the directorial level, you have a certain bond that keeps or oils the team. And once that is injured, then you have a big problem with productivity. So you may try everything. Imagine a boss who fights the team members. You fight them today. Tomorrow there's a problem to be handled. How do you rally the people that you have fought? How do you rally the people that you are picking on to be part of the bigger team effort? And whether we like it or not, every single member of the team has a role to play in the bigger output or larger output. So it doesn't matter. Let me use our setting as an example. It doesn't matter whether you are a presenter, you are a producer, you are a DJ, you are a social media exec, you are a sales person. Because in a typical production team, these are the elements you would find. You would find the people who are directly managing or overseeing the production. You would find the big bosses, the celebrities. You will find
who is a celebrity?
You presenters are celebrities.
Presenters are not celebrities.
We, the rest of us.
I think maybe when you're done, I want to draw that distinction. being a
don't let me lose again.
That's why I said when you are done.
Okay, so in trying to put the pieces together, so imagine that you constantly pick on your DJ, and there's an event that you need your DJ to contribute.
You play Sanya. You know what is Sanya?
Or he may even do a solid playlist, but his attitude to and approach to that particular event will be telling that there's a big problem. So that is why every single part of the whole must always be carried along. And let's leave bosses and come to we the people. You are in a group in an office, and all the time you are the one who is always running away from the group effort. There's a 100% job to be done. Somebody is doing 10%. Another person is doing 15%. Another person is doing 20%. Another person is doing 5%. And you will almost always somehow find yourself doing 0%. You see, they are the ones who are always shouting from behind. All they do is the talk, the complain, the distraction, the disruption. There is never ever anything good that comes out of such people within the team. That means that this particular one person is going to distract the rest of the team. And if the rest of the team is not focused, again going back to leadership, if leadership is not bonding enough, rallying enough, focused enough, this one Mensa, or is it Kofi? Mensa. This one Mensa will downplay or play down on the rest of the team effort, ultimately affecting productivity. So even amongst members of the team, every single member has to be able to fit in. Every single member would have to be pulled up and along. There cannot be a situation where I want to show that I'm the most serious member of the team. I want to demonstrate that without me, this team will not function. I want to demonstrate that without me, this job will never be done. And you would hear comments like, I will not do again, then we'll see what will happen. You hear comments like, but for me, this would not have happened. You hear comments like, you know, those kinds of examples and those kinds of members of the team. What they effectively succeed in doing is growing discord within the team and amongst members of the team, making other people feel less and less of the task, up to the task. And those people will begin to withdraw. Well, my contribution is not being noted. My contribution is not being appreciated. My contribution is not being valued. And so those people gradually begin to turn themselves into salary workers.
They just come in for the money.
They just come in for the money. They wake up in the morning, they bath and dress up, and they show up at work. Well, my boss wants me to be in the office. Here I am. But putting their shoulders to the wheel, that will never happen. And some way, somehow, those kinds of members of the team always last longer. They never get into trouble because they are not working. When the trouble is coming, it won't find them because they are not on the job. So if you are not a smart leader, again, goes back to leadership. If you are not a smart leader, you end up even appreciating those kinds of people more. And what that does is to break down the team. So let's imagine that Mawena is the most hardworking member of the team. And mostly the hardworking members of the team don't shout. Yeah, they don't loud them. They do, like DJ Phil. You never go hear DJ Phil brag. No, he will just come in, give you a good play.
Do his thing and then he'll be on his way.
Magic and he moves away. But he never go loud them. But those who don't contribute, they are the ones.
Are you sure they don't contribute anything?
Oh, but mostly they are only a distraction.
That's just devil's advocate.
Mostly they are just a distraction. And they are the ones, because, they don't, their hands are not dirty with the work. They never find themselves in any trouble. So imagine you are, Phil is the most hardworking in the team. And I am the one who is just wasting everybody's time. And I am the one that my boss takes a liking to. Imagine what will happen, how Phil will feel.
You feel good.
I can't speak English. How Phil will feel. Oh, Mete Broffle.
He will feel good, like the feel-good moment
like
he has
the
been giving
feel-good
people.
moment on the afternoon show on TV3. Phil will be filled with anger. He will begin to withdraw. No matter how strong his character is, he will begin to withdraw. Because he will begin to feel that he is not appreciated. Then he will begin to compare his effort to my effortlessness. And he will begin to ask himself, why at all is boss liking this person over me? When I am the one actually doing the work. I'm the one contributing the ideas. Even if I don't contribute the idea, when it comes to execution, I'm the perfect one amongst the team. Every member of the team acknowledges this. apart from the boss. Maybe because the boss likes my height, or maybe because the boss likes my voice, the boss likes something irrelevant, insignificant about me, I become the puppet.
Fair point.
So it is the relationship from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, horizontally. What do they call that one? So it's a linear relationship. At all angles, any angle at all you look at it, it affects productivity. And the ultimate start point is usually the job satisfaction.
Absolutely.
I wake up at 4 a.m. to come to work. How do I feel every morning when I wake up at 4 a.m.? Do I jump out of the bed?
You not jump out of the bed, and here's where I'm going to come in. I think it ties in perfectly with the message I was sharing this morning with listeners about work, because sometimes it can feel repetitive. In truth, it does feel repetitive.
Yes.
A lot of the times, because it will be
especially
the same.
In our line, if you are doing everything and getting no results.
Exactly. And so it will feel repetitive, and it will in no mean mean that when you jump out of bed, I mean, the excitement and the verve with which you want to come in, and I mean, and I'll share this experience. On a personal score, I love radio a lot. And in my previous life, I took a leave. I mean, was it 3 weeks or something? When I came back, I was so excited to be back on air. And you could tell from how I went about work that day and when I got on radio, how, I mean, if you listen to my pitch and everything, my voice carried a lot of excitement. And to another colleague, Ose Usamanko, who's with the Ghana Shepherds Authority now, today is a holiday, so I'm most certain he'll be home. Good morning to him this morning as well.
Oh, today's a holiday?
Yes, today's a holiday. Okay. So he was like, hey, the boy has missed the radio.
Yes.
You know, you could
it is telling.
It was very telling. But when I returned after a while, that excitement will not be there again.
It faded off.
Because it will not be the same high-pitched excitement every day. It will get boring. You will get tired along the way. Tiring because it becomes repetitive, right? Doesn't mean that it's not important work. That's why I was coming in to say that
there are also
waking up every day,
such as
waking up every day, will not be exciting. I mean, let's tell ourselves the truth.
No,
it will not be exciting.
Here's the context. The point I made was not about you merely getting tired out of the work.
It's a job
you
finding.
Simply losing interest in the job. There are two different things. And that is why leave opportunities are there. In some organizations, the HR will force you to go on leave. If you have been on the job for a while, and like you said, they observe your output, they are able to tell that, look, this man needs rest. This man needs rest. Let him go and rest for a week or two and come back. Some will arrange the rest for you. Just climb the mountain, sleep in some hotel, swim in a pool.
Well,
some cozy environment.
I'll tell you what.
And then come back. That is different.
Let me give you on a good word.
Are you sleeping alone? Another question that must be
another
asked.
question that must be. So
I'm sorry. Let me just land on that.
Vacations
yes.
for you. I'm just adding it that they'll fully paid for
vacation for you.
They'll give it to you.
I have a friend in Zimbabwe. No, not Tanzania, not Zimbabwe. He's called Bishop. He's a morning show host.
Yeah.
And he gets 2 flights out of the country.
Fully paid for
with his family.
In his every office, year.
Yes, every year. In his office, there's a fridge that has his favorite beverage in there. He takes a break, so when sports is on, he takes a break. Goes there. There's a smoke break. Blah blah blah. So when he came down here, we brought him. He said, But you guys,
You are joking.
people say you are money shows. You are not money shows.
Nothing shows it
There's
is a morning
nothing
show.
money about you. You know, and like the conditions of service. It's most workers don't talk about it because they just want to, you know, be in there,
Pass through,
get something to take home. That's the principal thing. That look, I want to get something to take home. I don't want my wife talking back at me when I talk. I don't want my husband disrespecting me. And most people look at it from that perspective. But
from the figures.
yes, the figures, the money. And that's why I like the point that you raised, that it's not all about money. Sometimes about the dignity and the respect that is accorded you
On the job.
On the job.
And dignity
Look,
is very important.
There are many people who work in the ministries, departments, and agencies who are not respected one bit. They are just there, and sometimes on the sides, you know, they will call you on the side. You get to the car park, you park your car, and they will call you. They will lament for like 4 pages. But they cannot go and say the same things in the union meeting.
Yeah. No.
They will tell you, say, Charlie, when you go talk some for we. I don't know how they say it in a bit.
You put me on the spot, so I'll return.
You are an elective man. This one too is married to an every woman. He's not learning the language.
He's not
learning the language. He's not even trying. He's not attempting. So largely, most people in this republic of ours don't really care about conditions of service. They only care about
what they receive
at the end of the month. What's going in for me? What am I receiving to take home? And that's where the problem is.
Is it also not because of the? I mean, today's workers, so we're talking about work. Is it also? We'll get into BOG and its related matters a lot later.
Did you feel find work and happiness?
You understand? Is it not also sometimes because there's pressure on the income, such that conditions
on whose side?
No, I'm saying the money when you receive it, there's pressure. It must answer a lot of things. So you want to forego additional comfort and be asking that the one you used to be doing beverages in the fridge didn't add it to this thing.
I'm saying to you that I'm saying to you that there are people who get into negotiations, they listen to the bulk amount first and they agree. It is when they start working and they start seeing the SOP and start drilling down and say, Charlie, I made a mistake. But it is inside already. So
the ball figure is 1,000 Ghana.
So they can't
say you are excited, you accept. Then you enter, then
they say,
Charlie, they say,
if I go carry the concrete for here, so people get in there, Charlie, because they've been home for a long time. There's nothing happening, no show, no action. Can you imagine, Marina, if you are a married man, you have maybe 2-3 children, and every time your wife wakes up, she's the one going, you are not going, and she comes back and she won't insult you directly, but the things that will be said, the song that will be sung, you know that they are ministering to your soul. So when you get somewhere to perch, you go and perch.
So the hour is Ponodemiano.
Oh, Ponodemiano, you go and perch. People perch. People actually on their jobs, not because they are getting what they deserve or what is supposed to be paid to them.
Not because they are happy with what they have.
No, they are perching because, Charlie, when morning breaks and they don't get out of their homes, there's trouble. Look, the area folks will talk about it. Their family folks will talk about it. Wife will talk about it. In-laws will talk about it.
Reason people are fired from their employment. So they still wake up, bath, and go to and say they are going to work.
They will say, yes. So they say, into Kuno. People are in there not because what they are doing, they enjoy it too. They are there. They're just there, Charlie, because
they will add the word.
And bro. Say, say, hey, sister, bro. So right there, they planted something to the woman's head, and then it will germinate and grow fruit. And then every day,
and the fruits will not taste sweet.
No, but she will be the one to be delivering the fruits.
Yeah, but saying, the fruit will not taste sweet to you.
You will be consuming the fruit. It will not be nice for you.
Yeah. 6.
Yeah. So, bottom line is that every manager every leader, let me say, because being a manager is different from being a leader. A manager is a leader, but a leader is not necessarily a manager. So every leader is able to tell when the team is falling apart, and is able to tell where the problem is. If you come on air and you are not sounding well, a good leader will be able to tell whether it's just normal stress.
But the manager will say, Yakubu, manage.
Whether it is just ordinary stress, and if it is ordinary stress, how do we deal with it? Or there's something intrinsically wrong. You are not satisfied with some portion of your job or your job. And again, the leader will then try to find out, how do we resolve this? So the approaches will be different. If you are just tired, say, Auntie Amma Lawson, good morning to you. The morning show team, they need some weekends on the mountains, you see, so that they can eat some fufu and swim in the pool and just, relax their brains and come back. It's an example I'm citing, but Auntie Amma Lawson, it is possible. Astus, it is possible. It can even be a vacation. It need not be a staycation. You see, bottom line is...
My thoughts on these matters, I like to keep them.
No, you cannot keep.
Oh, no. I'm saying...
You must spill.
No, I'm saying that I agree with, the assertions in that light as to vacations, vacations, and staycations and all of that. Very interesting how
and you see,
Gen Zs have modified words for us these
and you
days.
see, a lot of the times, the organization will lose little to nothing in providing that small comfort for the
general well-being
of the team. But the organization will gain more
because the staff will return happy,
productivity
motivated,
energy will be there, all negativity dispelled. So imagine that first quarter is done, then
first quarter retreats.
First quarter is done. Astus will say, and that's also part of the problem. The way these things are couched. You say retreat, then you get to the retreat and it is more work.
I beg you.
So imagine another example that I am wishing to become true. Just imagine that after first quarter, Astus says, "Oh guys, Charlie, I see say from December up to this point, you guys have been on. Let's just take a stroll." You see the word I used? Stroll. Let's just take a stroll. Then you go up there. Again, sadly, I keep saying you go up the mountains because there's nowhere else to go. That's the other sad part about this town that we work in.
But today we are not talking about that. We are talking about...
No, we are not. Yeah, let me not. Helen Apia and Pofu will say, I digress.
Yeah.
But let me come back. So Astus says, let's stroll up the mountain. The team is how many people? Let's say 10 people. You go up the mountain, find some cozy environment, you sit there, you chat about any and everything but work. Share a little palm wine, a little coconut, eat some fufu, walk through the gardens, take some pictures, Kunzo's favorite part. Take pictures in the broken down helicopter. This is just a Saturday or a holiday like this. Then you come back. Maybe you spend like 1,000 cedis to 1,005 cedis, 500 cedis. That's all you will spend. But for the next quarter, it will amaze you how that Phil, what's the word again? Vacation. how that one vacation will impact the output of the team, because they come back feeling loved, feeling appreciated, importantly feeling relaxed, in a good mood. Then there's a problem. Oh, Sunrise, there's this problem with Sunrise. How do we deal with it? Immediately, ideas are flowing because the brain is refreshed. As opposed to working throughout the year. Throughout the year, what you are entitled to is your annual leave. So there's a lot that can be done to improve employee, again, I don't like using the word employee, team motivation. And it's not always about the money. It's not all the time you see the team dragging their feet that it's about salary increment. It's not all the time you see the team dragging their feet that it's about allowances. Sometimes the small things. Absolutely. Oh, let's just go and play games. Sunrise, New Day. What do they call them? Kaukudi Park. Mm-hmm. Small pools. Sunrise will play New Day. Mm-hmm. After that, Trey Lounge will play afternoon show. Mm-hmm. You see, how much will you spend in doing that? But at the end of the day, the returns are more. Mm. So every organization has the opportunity to do things that would uplift the spirit of the team, boost the morale of the team, and it is amazing how that ultimately affects productivity.
Right. We'll continue. And the other aspects which I was hoping to talk about, I mean, you've mentioned bits and pieces of it, but do we respect honest work? Honest work in this part of the country? Do we respect the average individual?
Who are we?
I mean, for
the employer Ghanaians, or the employee?
I mean Ghanaians.
Okay.
So I'm not. So take the mind out of the box of employer-employee situation, and then work in general. Cleaners, janitors, Uber drivers, trotro drivers, persons who hawk on the street, persons who are starting their own small jobs and all of that. Do we come across as people, or are we losing ourselves as people who respect the honest little work that somebody does which puts food on their table?
We don't. And it's one of the biggest problems of our society today. We don't appreciate people who genuinely give off or want to give off their best, working within the limits and confines of what is ethical, what is right, what is wrong, ensuring the ultimate goal of the organization or the task, which would be to achieve the ends of the task that has been set. We don't appreciate, and it tells in how we relate to people who try to do honest work. Everybody is looking for a fast way, a fast means of getting to Circle. Nobody wants to sit in the trotro that will take you 3 hours from Jubilee House to Circle. Everybody is looking for that trotro that would take you 5 minutes from Jubilee House to Circle. But between Jubilee House and Circle, there are traffic lights which must be observed. There are road bumps which are meant to limit your speed within the particular space. There are traffic control police who are meant to ensure that you observe all those lights and bumps. So just the 3 blocks that I have mentioned, for somebody to use 5 minutes from Jubilee House to Circle, it means that the person would have to break 1 or 2 or all of the set pieces that I have mentioned. But that is what you, the passenger, would appreciate, because ultimately you are looking at what you get out of it. So the organization provides for the betterment or the morale of the team. Again, let me use, please, the examples I'm using are not about Media General. I'm just using what I'm familiar with, that's all. So the organization provides, let's say, breakfast, let's say Milo and those things for the morning show team. It says that because you wake up at dawn and you get to the office literally at dawn, your work starts very early in the morning. You would not have been able to have breakfast at home. So when you get here, we have some hot water for you to drink, or take in something before you continue with the work. Then one member of the team thinks that, oh, by this thing self, it is better kept in my house than kept in the office. You are shortchanging the organization and hindering the reason the organization sets the particular goal, which ultimately would be to encourage members of the team to be able to produce, to be able to give off their utmost best. So there's no honesty in anything that we do. We look more at what we get out of it than what the society generally will get, or what our employer would get. But we'd also say that we do that because we don't feel appreciated or well motivated. So there's no honesty, there's no principle, there's no ethic. Every person, Mawena, you should have a work ethic which governs you in the job you do. I should have my work ethic. Phil should have his work ethic. A doctor has his work ethic. A lawyer has her work ethic. A driver has his work ethic. A driver's mate has her work ethic. That work ethic is what guides you, sets you a principle by which you operate and ultimately give off or not give off, be productive or not be productive. So whether we appreciate it or not comes down to how fast we want the work done, who wants to take the glory for the job that is done. Oh, but the DJ self, if I don't give him the music, he won't play. He won't know what to play. I'm taking Phil's credit. Oh, but the producer self, if not for me, the show would not have run. The producer is not serious. The producer doesn't know anything. The DJ Phil is trying to take the credit of the producer. Oh, but this presenter, but for me, he will not be who he is. Producer is taking the shine and the credit of the presenter. And ultimately what happens is that, look, we move. Do you, let me do you. You've heard working smart as against working hard. Mauna, you've heard that expression?
Yes. It's been used very frequently.
Yes. Working smart as against working hard. The principle in itself is good. But some way, somehow, we've been able to corrupt that principle to turn it into a greed principle, which will mean that you are looking for shortcuts, which will mean that you are cutting corners, which would mean that you are breaking the standards. You are breaking the codes. You are not observing the set principles and rules and all of that. So, Mawina, we don't appreciate, as a people generally, we don't like hardworking people. We like smart working people in the context in which I have just placed it. As a people, we don't like people who genuinely work to increase productivity or who genuinely give off their best. But we are all in this. Why are you behaving like the job is your father's job? But me, my reports are not finished. You finish your report, you can't go take another job. What do you want to tell the rest of us? You want to tell us we are lazy? But the way you are always, trying to, why? You want boss to like you alone? These are the kind of comments you hear. Hey, but this person is hardworking, It like, what was it? It like looking faces too much. Because the person is genuinely trying to give off her best. Then we sit back. We are not giving off our best. We are not even giving off anything. And we are still dragging down those who are trying to work. And there are those members of the team, I said, you always know them when you see them. They don't do anything, but they spoil everything. And they complain more than everybody. So as a people, generally, we don't appreciate honest work. We don't want people who want to give off their best. Say buying Juma. We all hear that comment. We all hear that comment. You are a driver at the ministry. When you close, you are supposed to park the car. You take that office bus and do trotro from your office in Accra to where you live in Dodowa. You bought trotro from Accra to Dodowa in the night using the office bus, using the office fuel, and in your mind you are working smart. It's a buying fuel, it's a buying bus. So, and I want to believe that even if there's one of your colleagues going the same direction, at the close of where you charge the person before you carry the person.
Oh, that would be excessive. That would be excessive.
You want to say nobody has that heart?
No, I'm saying, yeah, like that viral video. I'm wicked, but this one,
I
can't. It falls within that category. But I mean that we have to be introspective, in and of ourselves in terms of what we do. Do we put our best foot forward always? How willing are we to hear of feedback as well in terms of the work that we do? All of those are important. And particularly for a lot of our government workers and all of that. Not to suggest that persons in private sector are not important, but more often than not we focus on our government workers because they keep the state of affairs running, from our hospitals to the streets to emergency service workers and all of that.
Charlie, Mauna, but they are private, they are public institutions. They may be ministries, departments, or agencies where the work ethic, the work culture, productivity, and all of those things.
Yeah.
They are there more than in some private institutions.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's more efficiency in some public institutions than in private institutions.
I will not doubt that. And so, for you, your effort is felt more directly as compared to other persons or the nurses at the hospitals. You directly touch lives, the lives of the ordinary individuals, and your workers of the government receive salaries from the Controller and Accountant General's Department. Your salaries come through there and all of that. I mean, so when we have conversations on days like these, you come up sharply in focus, and questions as to your contribution will be asked. As much as we demand from the state will also demand from us. And it's important that we keep it at the back of our heads that when we say the government must do something, it is the workers of the government who do it. I don't say we because I'm not a government worker, right? I'm just trying to paint a picture that even amongst public service workers, they say the government must look at things and do it for us. The government. They are the government. The public sector workers, from Clocksack to wherever.
You are saying the government must improve our conditions of work. So the government should increase our salaries.
Yeah.
We cannot increase our own salaries as public sector workers.
No,
it means that we are talking to Ato Forsen.
No. So if I could, when I say the government, from GRA to VRA to Gridco to wherever, they are public sector, and I just want to call them government for the purpose of this conversation. When any of these branches talk about, government must do this for us, government must do that for us, government must do this for us, it is tied indirectly, directly, one way or the other, to their own contribution to the state.
Not the political administration.
No, because political administrations will come and go. When enough revenue is raised, there will be enough to cater for increases in salaries.
So if GRA workers are asking for increased salaries, we are asking GRA staff, how much have you mobilized?
Exactly. When VRA Gridco staff ask for increase, how well have they been able to keep the grid running safe, such that there is power for businesses to run to generate
for money
revenue?
To be there.
When nurses say that we want increased salaries or conditions of service have to be improved and all of that, and yes, we all agree around the table it is not so great. How well are we keeping the citizenry healthy so they can return to work every day and deliver? The doctors, the teachers. And so I don't like it when the conversation is had and it's the government, and they themselves, they are pointing to the government, and the government has to do something, the government has to do this, that. Your every contribution in every small way forms a part of the whole, the culmination of it all, and it contributes to the betterment and the development of the state. And that will be my little sermon on this particular subject matter. That focus will be on you, and for persons in private sector as well, because private sector is the engine of growth, they continue to say. When you turn up to work, yes, conditions of service, yes, we'll have conversations about it. And most certainly, bosses must give workers their own pound of flesh when productivity is up and running. But for us, the workers as well, how well do we contribute to ensure that the state of affairs continues to be run and run very well? And so we celebrate all workers today, and by all means, happy Workers' Day to each one of us. And for persons praying to get employment for themselves, as we celebrate and we mark Workers' Day, it's the prayer, honest prayer, that you find that job you've been looking for.
Amen.
You find that capital you're in search of.
Amen.
To begin your own employment.
Amen.
And you can as well be celebrated on a day like this. We'll respect honest work as well in this country, because it has to be respected. When you get into an Uber, you meet a cleaner. If they are not there, you cannot do what you also want to do. And so nobody's work is insignificant. If they don't clean this place, I will come and sit in filth. If I didn't have an Uber or Bolt driver today,
you wouldn't have been here.
I wouldn't have been here.
You could actually, you could have walked.
The trotro driver, if they were not there, some persons will not get to work. And so let us respect every work as well, and not treat some with disdain, because it all contributes to keep the system running and to keep everyone afloat.
You are not more important than the next worker.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we have to also congratulate all those who put in the efforts in this working year, from last year, May to this May. There are people who have held down whole organizations. In some cases, very few people are running things and making things great for the rest of the people. For all those people, all such people, we congratulate you, we appreciate you, we love you, we clap for you. Your strength is in the Lord. Teachers, nurses, doctors, all who are in communities, all who have sacrificed their comfort, their self-comfort, to be able to serve humanity in their chosen professions in hard-to-reach areas. There are those who have to sit in canoes
without life jackets.
Unfortunate as it seems. To go and teach in schools, to go and administer vaccines, to go and teach public health education and campaigns. There are people who have had to use bicycles, ride bicycles for miles to go and teach. All of you, we appreciate you. God is your strength. There are people who have had to, even though they are probably the best doctors that the world can find, and they can compete favorably at any level, in any big city, in any country, they have abandoned themselves and they have put themselves in communities that are struggling, communities that don't even have potable water, communities that don't have electricity, communities that have no motorable roads. They have gone to put themselves there, and they are administering the health needs of the people. To all of you, we congratulate you. And yes, let me also congratulate my lawyers. Those of you who have dedicated yourselves to ensuring justice for the vulnerable. Those who take up cases will not relent, will not rest until, especially the pro bono ones, until they see that justice is being served, whether they win or lose. Those who have made it their life mission to ensure that people who have been wrongly and wrongfully incarcerated get their cases back in court for them to get their lives back. God will bless you. And a lot of the times, people do these things without thinking about themselves. So you see your colleagues riding Range Rovers and Land Cruisers, and you are driving a Civic.
By this, let me give a special mention to John Baptist Ayeje.
Your lecturer
does very fantastic work on that front. Very, very fantastic work on that front. Worked with legal aid for, I think, all his years in practice, actually. And sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, most times, a lot of these cases as well, he picks up with helping persons in need, and he's done great work.
In that case, I'm proud to associate myself with him.
No, and
to congratulate him.
Yes, and a huge congratulations
because
on a day like this.
Being a lawyer is not easy. Even society's expectations of you, how you appear, how you dress, how you talk, how you eat, what you eat, where you eat, it is simply ridiculous.
Pressure.
Say, oh, lawyer, Nanteba.
As he's using Lexus, the legs. He's using his legs.
Yes. So the kind of expectation society has of the lawyer has to be able to charge his fees to be able to meet the expectations of the society. But people who take on pro bono cases often would do that without thinking about what they themselves have to gain. Oh, Charlie, but this case, if I were to charge you, I could have bought a house from it, but I'm taking it on free of charge. So we appreciate all of you. We congratulate all of you. Again, journalists. There are journalists who are actually honestly, Mawina, living journalism. There are journalists who are making impact. There are journalists who are focusing on what is important in society. There are journalists who are not after the luxury, the recognition, the name that the profession brings or may bring, but they are interested in ensuring that voices that must be heard are heard. There are journalists who are highlighting cases in our society, sometimes using their own resources to chase down a story to ensure that, yes, what must be done is done. The voice is heard. And the people who must be served justice are served justice. All of those people we have to congratulate. All of those people we have to say, well done. Thank you. God bless you. So to all workers who are doing well, we say well done.
Absolutely. Well done to you. We'll open the phone lines as well this morning to have a few of you share thoughts with us as to work and the conversations this morning.